Joining us now on WarEagleTV.com, the new high school relations guy at Auburn University for Coach Brian Harsin, an old friend of the radio show, Tiger Talk Overtime. Brendt Bedsole is our guest. And Brendt, great to have you with us in a new role up on the Plains.
It's so good to be here too, Doug. This is home for me and my family. We're very excited about being back at Auburn and looking forward to the challenges that we have ahead to make us a more consistent winner is our goal here at Auburn while we came. And Coach Harsin, grateful to him for the opportunity that he's given me to come up here and be a part of his staff. And I'm looking forward to this time with him.
We were just talking a little bit about your time at South Alabama and Spanish Fort High School and kind of how that prepared you. I know you know a lot of people all over the state, but how that prepared you for this job that you're about to enter into.
Yeah, at South Alabama, Coach Joey Jones gave me a great opportunity to be a part of his staff. And from 2009 to 2012, I was the football operations director on his staff. So that was many hats. That included things with high school relations, camps, clinics, NFL pro liaison, all those things I'll be doing here, along with the walk-on program, which I'll be doing here at Auburn. But on top of those things, I had to do budget and travel and all that at South Alabama, and a lot of things that Coach Jones didn't have time to do. He was so busy and taking care of the things he had to do that a lot of times I would be called to meetings that he could not quite make because he was too busy, in the middle of game planning or whatever the case may be. So stuff like that. But I don't have to do much of that kind of stuff here because we have a great director of football operations in Josh Thompson here at Auburn, and he does all that stuff for Coach Harsin. So I can concentrate on high school relationships with coaches and principals and administrators at high schools, along with NFL scouts, camps, clinics, and the walk-on program. And then we all are involved at some level with recruiting.
Mm-hmm. I was going to mention that your job is tied into recruiting and such a big part of where Auburn needs to go. Maybe it's been down a little bit the last year or two. Coach Harsin has brought in a great staff, but they need those players to coach. That's a big part of the success.
Yeah, and that's where it all starts, as you well know and everybody knows, is recruiting. You can't. Coaching is good. Coaching is important on the field, but in order to be a great program like we're going to be here again, is we've got to recruit guys. We got to recruit players and develop. That's the other part of this whole thing that people don't think a lot about. You have to develop guys. They don't just come in here ready to play. Most of them have to be developed into college football players. And so this staff is very well put together. I mean, you got guys like Derek Mason. I mean, come on, man. He's the defensive coordinator and now here at Auburn, and he was the head coach at Vanderbilt, defensive coordinator at Stanford. I mean, this goes on and on. What a great guy is. Mike Bobo. We all know about Mike playing over at Georgia and all he's done at all the stops he's made in the SEC and at Colorado State. And then you go down the line to all the assistants. But those two guys right there are guys that Coach Harsin leans on a lot. And man, what two great guys to run your offense with Mike Bobo and run your defense with Derek Mason. We're very fortunate to have them here.
Absolutely. Very impressed with the way the process went at Auburn with hiring the staff and with Coach Harsin. But I had a chance to get up to the practice a couple of weeks ago, the open practice, and take a look at that. Very impressed with Coach Harsin and just the blue collar, the hard-nosed approach that he's taken and his philosophy. Tell us a little bit about your relationship and what you see in him so far.
Well, that's the thing I see in him is probably what you saw the day you were at practice. Mm-hmm. Very, the word I like to use is very meticulous, which I don't know if that's a big word, but that means to me that you take care of every little thing, every detail.
Right.
And he is very much attention to detail. So much so that this morning he called a meeting for just the directors of each department, just to outline, hey guys, I know you know what you're doing, but I want you to understand why you're doing it. Mm-hmm. Not just what you're doing, but why are you doing? What's your why for the day? And that makes a lot of sense. And when I took this job, kind of tie into him a little bit, I talked about, Coach, when I walk in this door every day, I'm going to pick a team that I'm going to beat that day. So in other words, whoever has my job at Penn State today, they got whipped because that's who I targeted today.
Yeah.
I targeted Penn State today, and that guy who has my job at Penn State got whipped today because that was my focus. And I think you got to have your why. Why are you there? What are you doing? Not just what you're accomplishing, but why are you accomplishing? He is so good at making you understand your why. He also is very good at making you understand what it takes to be a winner. You know, he's very much into the whole application of not just building the football player, but also building the person. And he does a great job through his process. Everybody thinks that Nick Saban coined the phrase process. But, you know, Coach Dye had a process. I mean, Coach Tuberville had a process. Every coach has their process. He just happened to verbalize, and everybody thinks he's the guy that did that. But anyway, I'm just can't say enough about Coach Harsin and what he's done and where we're heading with his program and this program here at Auburn. And he's the man to get us where we're going. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, we heard that from Cadillac Williams last week. His positive comments about Coach Harsin. I get that feeling when I see him and when I hear him talk. It reminds me of those days in practice when you hear a coach say, "Do it again, do it right. We can stay here all night if you want to, but we're going to do it right."
Well, you know what? He's a coach, and he is not a CEO.
Right.
Coach Harsin is out there coaching a position. Yesterday we had a drill where we crossed over where the DBs became wide receivers. And he took that drill over for that 5-minute period. He was throwing the footballs to those receivers and making it fun for them at the same time. But he is a hands-on coach. There's no doubt about it. And he is exactly what we need here at Auburn University.
Yeah. Well, Brent, appreciate you visiting so much with us. Again, congratulations on your new spot at Auburn. We're going to miss you, of course, here in South Alabama, but looking forward to visiting on the Plains many times.
Yeah, we are too, Doug. This is a great opportunity for me and my family. And, you know, I leave with this one thought that I've had ringing through my ears. And it's that, you know, God loves to give his children the desires of their heart. And this has been a desire of my heart for a long time. And I fully believe God gave this opportunity to me and my family. And we're going to do the best we can with it and see what he wants us to do here at Auburn. And just want to let you know that we're appreciative of what you do for Auburn too, and the way you promote Auburn University. You're a good friend, but you're also a good Auburn man, and we appreciate that and look forward to talking to you more down the road.